Hari Om. Good evening. A very warm welcome to all of you. Please come. Let's pray together. Asato ma sadgamaya tamaso ma jyotirgamaya mrityorma amrutam gamaya sahana vavatu sahano bhunaktu sahaviryam karavavahai tejasvinavadhitamastu ma vedveshavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Sadgurave Namaha. O Lord the Almighty, the Omniscient, the Omnipresent, the Omnipotent, who also has the divine name Ijjaha, to such a Supreme Lord, we all together with Shraddha, Bhakti, Jnana, Vairagya, Prapatti and Mumukshutvam offer our humble salutations to seek your grace, your mercy, your love, your benevolence, your affection, your kindness, your forgiveness, your strength. O Lord, bless us with the divine qualities in a greater proportion, only and only to have the first hand aparoksha anubhuti experience right within our hearts. For this we need a greater amount of Shraddha, Bhakti, Vairagya, Mumukshutva, Jnana and Prapatti. We again and again beseech in you that at the end of our lives we reach thy heavenly abode. Om Tat Sat. With the grace of the Almighty and the blessings of the Guru Parampara, today we are on our Divine Discourse number 411 on the 28th of January 2025. Swasti Shri Krodhinama Samvatsara Uttarayana Hemantarutu Pushyamasa Krishna Paksha Bhaumavasare Chaturdasi Titau Purvashada Nakshatra Vajra Yoge Bhadrakarane. On this auspicious day of Tuesday and the auspicious time of the evening, we all once again take a firm resolve, an oath in our minds. Naham karta hari karta, hari preranaya, hari prityartam. Everything that I see around is nothing but the Lord alone. This jiva, which has been enveloped with ignorance, that I am separate from the Supreme Consciousness, is now gradually being eroded. With the invasion of light in the form of jnana in our lives, this darkness of ignorance is being dispelled, and this jiva is understanding that it is none other than the Lord itself in its essence. Recognizing this truth, we pray that we are established in this truth all along in our daily chores of life, without getting swayed by the anxieties, fears, illusions, greed, anger, jealousy, and ever stay in the state of supreme bliss. Our humble salutations to the Guru Parampara once again, without whom we would not have got this knowledge. Om Tat Sat. Good evening, everybody. Once again, a very warm welcome to all of you. So, we have covered now 17 verses of the Brahma Jnana Vali Mala. Mala is a garland. Jnana Vali is the pearls of supreme knowledge, and it is about Brahman, which is the Paramatma. So now, in the last 5 verses, after having explained to us what is the true nature of this core existence or core creation. It is a game plan, structured in a particular manner. Just like there is a drama or there is a movie, all this is structured by the director, the so-called creator of the entire drama. Now here, how it has been structured? What is that we do not know? And what is that we know, which is not true? So all this is being told precisely in these 21 shlokas. And in the last 5, where we have completed in the last discourse, after having told now the poet Bhagavan Sri Shankaracharya, he straight makes declarations. In other words, proclamations. He says, this is this. See, many a times, when we are talking to somebody, we explain. In several ways we explain. And then finally we say, I don't know what you think, but this is what is the truth. We say this to impress upon that person and to say, I'm fed up of telling you the same thing again and again. Now this is the truth. You take it or leave it. That same way, now this whole text has been coming forth. So now what are those 4 shlokas we'll understand? Now today again what I'm seeing is, I see now in these proclamations a little more understanding is required. So if we go into the mode of only meditation, probably it may not serve the purpose. So I will take a different approach where I'll be explaining facts to you. And now what we should be doing is, when we enter the aparoksha anubhuti is the self-realization or the self-experience of divinity within. That is our goal. Not that after we die or we go to some other loka or in some other form. No. In this very form. Now what we are as a person, we have a form. In this very form, and not going to any other place. In this very place, and not at any other point of time. Okay, after I die or after a particular point of time. No, at this point of time. No sooner this knowledge is established in you, then the fire has kindled. It is up to you how you are going to protect the flame. So in this way, now we are going to understand these facts. And in that aparoksha anubhuti, we will be using these shlokas again for our meditation. So it will be a fine combination of process and the knowledge. So now this is the knowledge what we are getting. Next what we will be getting is the process. How do you make this knowledge a practical aspect in your life? See, here we are not here to become pandits. Our only motto in learning all this is self-realization, Jivan Mukti. And as soon as you get this knowledge, one immediate effect would be that you will be in bliss. Nothing can disturb you. This is one immediate effect. And I'm sure you people are already experiencing this to a large extent. As I told in the previous class, FIR, what we talk about. Whatever disturbs you, the frequency, now that increases. Increases in the sense, earlier if you were getting once in say a day or a week, now that will be somewhere once in a month you will get disturbed or something. That frequency, that duration, there will be a longer duration in the frequency. Then the intensity, anything which has disturbed you, now sometimes it goes on for days, for weeks. Now that intensity will be reduced to a large extent. it will not be that strong. And then the last one, R, which you talk of, where you rebounds. You will come back. You will not stay with that same thought over a period of time. You will be able to get out of it at the earliest. So now this will be that immediate effect. It may not happen just like that, but slowly you will be seeing an improvement in yourself. That means you are progressing. That only benchmark you have in your life, which will tell you how you are progressing on this path. Okay, so now we take up the verse 18 and we'll move ahead. I don't know, there's some technical issue on verse 18. Anyway, I'll read the verse. Now the verse goes as follows. Aham sakshiti yo vidyat vivichaivam punah punah saeva mukta savidvaniti iti vedanta dindimaha. See, now this tells us very clearly, aham sakshiti yo vidyat vivichaivam punah punah sa eva mukta sa vidvan iti vedanta dindimaha. Meaning, he who realizes after repeated contemplation, once you got to hear this, it will not stay, because Maya is at its force. It will not allow you to be with this knowledge. Somehow it will see that you are drifted away. This is one great challenge you will have. And why to speak of such knowledge to this extent we have experienced in our life? Anything we hear, and if we don't contemplate or remember it again and again, over a period of time it just goes away. You just think so many things we listen. But does all that stay in our mind? No. Unless and until we constantly remember it or we contemplate on it, it is not going to stay. So now this, they say that is what you are going to contemplate, that you are a mere witness, sakshiti, sakshi. So the moment that person is able to stay in that sakshi bhava, he is liberated. Just now what I told you, you don't have to go anywhere. You don't have to become something, or you don't have to wait for some other time. Right now, right here, in this state alone, this knowledge what we got, you are liberated, meaning, yes, you have become one with that divine. Now how you stay in it? He says, now this person is an enlightened one now. Now this is proclaimed by Vedanta. It says, you take it or leave it. This is the fact. You have got this knowledge, and how you stay with it is your duty. So now, what we'll do is, the important key word over here is constant contemplation on the self or the Atma, what we so talk as, which is the being in the state of Sakshi. Now, how much ever you can understand what is the meaning of being in a state of Sakshi, how much ever you can understand, please do that. But I will be going extensively in trying to shift your mind from being as a jiva to the Sakshi Bhava. In future classes, I'll be focusing only on that, because without that, we will not be able to achieve whatever we have studied so far. So let's go one word by word. Aham Sakshi. I am the witness. So the Sakshi means it is the self, the Atman, that awareness you have. Now you are hearing. What you hear from your ears is going to your mind. And that there is something which is seeing your mind. And whatever is happening in your mind, you are understanding, not understanding, getting confused, feeling elated. All this understanding is happening in the mind, and there is something which is noticing all this. Now that awareness is that Sakshi, that unchanging observer of all our experiences. And when we say it is not only observer, it is a witness to our thoughts which they just arise in our mind. Just think about how your mind is functioning. You're sitting quiet, the thought comes to your mind. And then after some time it subsides in your mind. Then there are some sensory perceptions. You feel cold. You feel warm. Then you feel the sense of touch. Let's say there's a mosquito which comes and sits on your body. You get that perception. Now, these are all known by the mind, and the mind is observed by the Sakshi, which is the witness. Now this happens now where at the body level there will be actions. There will be something which is of pain to you, something which is of pleasurable to you. And at the level of the mind, in terms of emotions, you will be able to see clearly there is joy, there is sorrow, there is anger, there is hatred, there is frustration, there is discussion. All this you are able to see. So that Sakshi is untouched by whatever it observes. And what is the metaphor we can give this, relate to understand better? Just like the sun, which remains unaffected by the events which it is seeing or it illuminates. Now the sun is throwing light on a particular place. Whatever is happening there, it is unaffected. So now, what we have understood to be is, we have understood to be ourselves as this person. So and so person. What is this so and so person? He has got a gender. This person has got a gender. This person has got a name. This person has got a profession. This person has got a personality. This person has got fancies. Now, we are thinking that we are this person. Now, what the scriptures are saying, you are not. Let others be in that frame. But you are not. Your true essence is move to that Sakshi Bhava. You are not this person, but you are that person who is observing all this. Now, how are we? We are got into an entanglement with the body and mind and senses, isn't it? Let's say there is a fight going on. And now you, like, some great social worker, you want to bring things to some kind of a compromise, and you get into the crowd, and two people are hitting each other, and then there are some friends of both the persons, so they also join the fray. You trying to neutralize, you got into the fight. Now what is happening? You are also getting blows because you have got into the fight. Okay, now we as a jiva are like that now. We have got into all what the body, mind and senses are doing together, which is not our true self. I had no business with that fight. I got entangled in the fight by ignorance. I went to do something. I was ignorant of what those people are doing, how it has occurred, nothing. I just got into, and now I'm also getting beaten. Now imagine if you are able to pull out yourself from the crowd. Whoosh, you come out, you wipe your face, and you take some breaths, deep breaths, and you take some water, and then you start observing the fight. Now will it affect you? You are just an observer. So far what had happened, you got engrossed into it, which was none of your business, and it was not required also. But due to ignorance, you got engrossed. Now with knowledge, you come out. You said, no, this is not doing anything good. I want to come out. You come out and you become a sakshi. And whatever blows each one is taking over there, that will not affect you to the slightest extent. So here what the scriptures are saying is, actually you are not, but by ignorance you have become that. You have become entangled with the body, mind and senses, which are constantly functioning in this world of activity. So it says, shift, move out and become a sakshi. So, aham sakshi yo vidyat, meaning this witnessed is untouched by the fluctuations of the mind and the body, and understand that it is ever unchanging and it is that external reality. So, aham sakshi yo vidyat, meaning yo vidyat aham sakshi, the one who understands, yo vidyat, the one who knows, the one who understands that aham sakshi, I am just a sakshi. So, this core insight is the realization. Now what have you become? You have moved from that person entangled in the crowd. You have become a spectator, a witness, unaffected. Anytime you can go anywhere, you are just witnessing. So this consciousness, this awareness, this Chetana Shakti in you, become that Chetana Shakti. So now what are you? You have become the Jiva. You are only observing now your thoughts, feelings, these sensations, and getting identified with them. So as I told you now, this is a major shift which has to happen in our life. So I'm going to emphasize more on this, how you have to come out of the crowd. It's not easy. You have got into the crowd. Now there are 10 people banging against each other. Even though you want to come out, you are again pushed back inside, isn't it? Just imagine that scene. But somewhere, somehow, maybe you through the legs or something, you come out. I don't want to be a part of this mess. Now, once you got that knowledge, so vivichaivam punah punaha. First point is, you got to know that you are not this jiva. I have got nothing to do with this body, nothing to do with this mind. It is all created by nature, prakriti, with the Maya Shakti. I will explain to you how we are nothing different from this prakriti also. So, vivichaivam punah, meaning vivichaivam means with your viveka shakti, that discernment power, that discrimination power. Discrimination in the sense, what is good, what is bad. What is that which will uplift me and what is that which will deflate me. So with that viveka shakti, punah, again and again. Now what is the jiva doing? It is reminding itself. Because this knowledge has been from so long that I am this body, and anything happens to the body, I suffer with it. Anything happens with the mind, I suffer with it. Imagine, like anything happening to anybody, and if you are suffering, how miserable your life will be. Now that is what we have done. There are some people, anywhere, somewhere something is happening and they get disturbed because they have mixed up with that. So Bhagavan Shankaracharya says here, punah punaha, one who is able to contemplate on this discernment. Vivechaivam punah punaha. So with this kind of a discernment, that false identification with the body, mind and that ego, whatever are there, it will slowly dissolve. Once you start coming out of it, it will dissolve. Once you have come out of the crowd, why will somebody come and bang you? Because they know you are no way concerned with it. You have just gone into it and you are getting blows from left, right, center there. So it will slowly dissolve. So this discrimination, viveka shakti, this practice distinguishing between the real self and the artificial self. The unreal, what we call. What is the unreal? The mind, body, and this world. So you observe your thoughts, emotions without any judgment. Come to a state where you have completely surrendered. Become a clear and clean observer, whatever is happening. I'm saying, try this. See, we always think that we are in control of everything, Give that away for some time. We are not going to lose anything great. And be an observer to your thoughts. And then you are an observer. There will be another thought which comes. Do like this. Be an observer to that. And don't think that you are the doer there. So, I'm an observer. Then you will see that your body gets into action. Start doing this. And you will notice that, you will be in the state of the observer. And karmani akarmaya pashet, which is one of the massive tools to break from the karma bondage, is all the karmas, karmani akarma, I am not doing anything. Yah pashet, the one who sees, he is completely severed from the bondage of karma. Karma will no more affect you because you are a sheer observer. If you are in the act, then you are responsible for the good and bad of the act. But you are not in the act. You have come out of the act. Then, eva muktaha sa vidvan. So, such a vidvan, meaning such a one who has understood, he is liberated. Now, a person who abides in the Sakshi as their true identity becomes liberated even while living. That's what I'm trying to tell you. You don't have to even die to become liberated. Now, there is a subtle point over here. If you just have this knowledge, properly you have understood, but you are not able to stay in it. Okay. So, then you get videha mukti, meaning there you will have to, after you die, then the jiva gets mukti. This is one part. At what stage? Where you have understood, but you are not able to practice it in life. The next elevated level is, you have understood this, and what Bhagavan Shankaracharya said here, vivichaivam punah punaha, meaning again and again you are thinking about it. So, to such a person who is again and again thinking and being in that state of mind, he gets Jivan Mukti, meaning he doesn't even have to die to become a Muktaha. And this comes by sheer practice. I tell you, when I heard for the first time, I said, what are we talking over here? Mind doesn't allow you to accept. How is this possible? Look into so many magnificent things which all humans are doing. Be it in the field of sports, be it in the field of science, be it in the field of art, be it in the field of business. There is excellence at every place. And how did that excellence come? By sheer practice. So this has to be done by practice, and that is what I told you. We will get into that mode, and I will be teaching you the process how we do all that, which is again where I have tried and then failed and then again tried and failed. This is a tried, failed, tested method which I am going to teach you. Because unless and until you do it, you will not know where you are going to fail. So that way we will try to get established in this. Okay. So now here, as we said, liberation is not going somewhere or at some other point of time. In this way, sa eva muktaha sa vidvan iti Vedanta dindimaha. So dindimaha means it is proclaiming. You have seen that, where they have that a round instrument where with that fine stick they go on beating. Dindima, meaning proclaiming in the olden days. So now, how do we prepare for this stillness? I'm just giving you a fair idea. So as usual, now in a state of meditation, what do? You sit in a calm, quiet place. And the bestest time would be the Brahma Muhurat in the early morning, anywhere from 3 a.m. onwards till 1 hour before sunrise. So there you are with your eyes closed and your ears closed, meaning no perceptions are active. Otherwise you'll get distracted. So easy to close your eyes. As far as the ears are concerned, you can have some noise cancellation machines, or you just take some cotton, or you get 3M plastic, meaning some fiber or something, you place it in your ears. Okay, now in that sense of complete surrender, I am not this Jiva Bhava, and dedicating yourself. Now my only aim is I want to merge with the Supreme. So in this way you start your meditation. And the other techniques which we have learned to enhance the power is how to, meaning to do Brahmari, Anulom Vilom, then chanting of Om, that charges your brain. Now what you do, observe your thoughts. So what you are doing, you become an observer. Notice thoughts, they are rising in your mind and they're again falling down. We have done this for more than 2.5 years now in terms of the Sakshi Bhava meditation, what we call. Just observing the thoughts without any judgmental perception. We are allowing the thoughts to move ahead. Now I know I am aware of these thoughts, but I am different from these thoughts. I don't have any business with these thoughts. That should be your approach. Then, along with the thoughts, you get some emotion. Something pricks you. Somebody who told you some nasty sentence that comes to your mind. Observe your emotion. You got a little unhappy and a little angry as well. Observe the emotion. Don't react. Now watch these. Now once you don't react, these emotions also will pass. Just like the thoughts are passing, the emotions will pass. Then again reflect on your mind. I am the observer of these emotions. But I am also unaffected by these observations. Same way, now observe your body. Feel the sensations in your body and know that I am not the body. It is something which has been constructed and maintained by Prakriti. Is there anything that you are doing to your body? Excepting enjoying with your senses. All this from time to time, there has been magnificent changes in your body. So, I am not this. Neti neti. Not this, not this. And then slowly come out. Now using your Viveka Shakti, which is good and bad, power of understanding good and bad, question everything. Who is aware of this thought? Question it. Who is aware? Who is aware of this sensation? Who is aware of this emotion? So each time you reflect and again say, I have got nothing to do with this. I am a sheer Sakshi. I have got no business over here. I am a sheer Sakshi. That way you have to contemplate. And you break all the false identifications. Whenever you feel identified with the body or mind, now this is your challenge. Remind yourself, I unnecessarily got entangled. Remember that incident which I just now explained. Two people are fighting. You get into the fight to do something good and you got blows. So better don't get into that. So these are all the objects of my perception, emotion, feelings. I am that Chetana Shakti which is only the observer, untouched by them. Now rest in that realization. This is again another very deeper and massive step. Knowing that you are an observer, being in that state of observation without getting entangled. Nothing, you're not going to lose anything. I'm telling you. Everything will go much better than what you could have done by you getting involved. My personal experience, I'm saying, because now the consciousness is guiding you. That supreme power is guiding you. It will put that body into action. Giving the right thought, let anything happen. Because now you know that there is prarabdha which is at play. Whatever has to happen to this jiva, as per the prarabdha, it will happen. I am an observer of everything that is happening in my life. Try. And come over to this side and experience bliss, my dear friends. Why we have to suffer? We don't have to suffer. We don't have to be anxious. We don't have to be concerned. We don't have to be in disharmony. No. These are those few techniques which are coming by God's grace. Just be an observer and let the Prakriti take over. Your heart is beating. Your food is getting digested. Blood is under constant circulation. There are so many parts in your body which are constantly working. When so much is happening without your knowledge, then why are you scared of this? Somebody said something. I am an observer. That's it. Now what thought comes to your mind? It is again left to Prakriti. Let that thought come. And whatever he or she has to say to the other person, not say to the other person, that is left to Prakriti. I am observing that also. So after that repeated discernment, let go of questioning. We unnecessarily question, why did this happen this way? Why it should not have happened that way? Get out of that and stay in that silence. You practice and see for yourself. In that silence, in the position of a sakshi, feel that stillness in your mind, that peace, that freedom of simply being the witness beyond all thoughts and forms. A massive experience, but you have to be constantly in that frame of mind. So now what are the positive affirmations you can give during the day? Starting from early morning, I am not this body, I am the witness of this body. I am not this body. Okay, let's do this. Just close your eyes. We'll do these affirmations. I am not this body. I am the witness of this body. Just like I see somebody else, I am seeing this body as a mere witness. I am not this mind. I am a witness to this mind. I am that consciousness, awareness that is illuminating this mind. I am that unchanging awareness behind every function which is happening in the body and mind. See, we all are craving in our life for promotions, right? Everywhere we want to get promoted. Now see here, we are getting such a massive promotion. Very few selected people are eligible for this promotion, and that is being taught to us now. And this is that golden opportunity. Anything which you are expecting in life, I want something bigger, something greater, something larger. Why? For happiness. Now here you are getting that happiness. Happiness which is not now, for some time happiness and again sadness. That is what happens in life. Where do you get constant happiness? Something again will come which will put you down. So here it is, you are moving to the other side, constantly in that frame of bliss. It's not happiness and sorrow, not pain and pleasure. It is constant bliss, Paramananda. So in this way, now, this is one very important aspect where we are getting into this state of being not this person, so-called person whom we thought, but being the awareness which is enlightening this entire jiva. So one of the very important aspects again which we need to understand over here is this needs that constant practice. As I told you, that kathanam, that chintanam, what is that? So there is one, the Panchadashi written by Vidyaranya Swami. He says, Tat kathanam tat chintanam parasparam tat prabodhanam etadekam paratvam hi brahmabhyasam vidur buddha. Meaning, talking about it. About what? The same awareness about Chetana Shakti. I am that Chetana Shakti. I am not this jiva. Talking about it, thinking about it, explaining to each other about it. So this sort of one-pointedness about this Brahman or that Chaitanya Shakti which we are talking, that focusing on that one reality, this is called the practice of Brahman. So the wise realize through practice of Brahman. Brahmavit Brahmaiva Bhavati. The knower of Brahman becomes Brahman himself. You have to. Instead of talking all humbug and rubbish things, be in a circle where people are talking about such things. So then this will enhance your speed. Otherwise the mind will take you somewhere else. Now, as they say, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Meaning all this is Brahman. Who is saying this? Your guru is saying, or somebody who is knowledgeable is saying, now this is Paroksha Jnana. He has understood this. We don't want that now. We want that Paroksha Jnana to become Aparoksha Jnana, self-experience. I want to understand how long I am going to listen to this restaurant was good, this movie was good, that place was good, this ride was good. At some time I should experience, isn't it? As a worldly person, don't you think? I have been for the last 2 years, I have not gone anywhere. I have not gone to a restaurant, I have not gone to a movie, I have not gone to any place. Let's say, you will say, what is this? I am only listening all the time. People are going, coming, and they are talking of their experiences. Now you should come to that aparoksha anubhuti saying, Aham Brahmasmi. What are you saying? Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma? Yes, everything is Brahman. I am saying I am Brahman. That is me as existence, pure consciousness. It is everything in this world is that and that alone. Meaning it is also my personal experience. When they try to tell you this is good, you are going one step ahead and telling them, yes, have you tried this in that place or in that restaurant? I have to know that person. Oh, you are greater than me. So that way, you have to make this your self-experience. And for that, you need to be in the right company. Choose your company. Enough of worldly things. And once you establish in the right company, with the right people, with the right atmosphere, that is what is the power of satsang, what we call. You will be able to contemplate again and again. And the moment the universe sees how much you are yearning, that is, yearning is the keyword again to realization. If your yearning is strong, then it will make way for you to come forward. And that's what exactly we are seeing over here. How universe is protecting us. How from time to time it is giving us this knowledge. What to do, when to do, how much to do. It wouldn't have happened without the interference of that universal power. So when that surrender happens, that yearning happens, when you say, I don't want anything, I want to focus on this. Otherwise, we have so much to do otherwise, to enjoy ourselves in terms of at the level of the body, at the level of the senses, at the level of the mind. We have so much to do. But when you leave all that aside and you say, this is my aim, my goal, my mission, my purpose of life, then magic happens in your life. But if you want to keep your legs on both the boats, then God save you. You are neither here nor there. So, vivichaivam punah punaha. Think about it again and again, practice it. And you will eventually reach that final stage. Now, we go to verse number 19. Now again, this is a proclamation. Ghatakudyadikam sarvam mrittika matrameva cha tadvad brahma jagat sarvam iti vedanta dindimaha. Now here again an example, a metaphor is given over here for our understanding. And you understand? It's so simple. Why are you getting confused? I have told you in several ways. So you just imagine how you have tried to explain to somebody, and after some time you say, see, I have told you in so many ways. One last time I'm telling you. Now it's left to you. This is the fact. That way. So now the meaning says, just as all pots, earthen pots, are nothing but clay. The entire world is nothing but that Parabrahman, Paramatma. This is the proclamation of Vedanta. Now, before going into the word by word explanation, I'll just give you some background. Now, in simple terms, now Paramatma, okay, Brahman, he can be called as the infinite, intelligent fabric of existence. What is the meaning of existence here? Anything which exists is. We say the table is, the house is, the person is. Anything unless and until it has is or that existence, it is not in existence. If it is not in existence, meaning it is not there at all. So this Brahman Paramatma gives existence not only to the physical universe, but also to the living entities like you, me, for all the bodies, the minds, jivas and ajiva also. So Brahman is also the source of our consciousness and the consciousness of all beings. Kshetra kshetragnayor mevam. So Lord says, there are different kshetras. Different bodies means kshetras, fields. And every field has got a consciousness, isn't it? Every body has got awareness, Chetana Shakti. You mean to say that if there are 1 lakh bodies, there are 1 lakh consciousness? No. He says, I am that one consciousness who is prevailing in everybody. It's not that there is 1 lakh bodies and there are 1 lakh consciousness. No. 1 lakh bodies are there, but there is only one consciousness which is in all these bodies. And that consciousness individually what is there, it is called as Atma. And that Paramatma individually is as an Atma in every body. So now the true self, which is that Atma. Now in, like say in highly intelligent beings like you, who have got that knowledge to understand such Vedanta, that consciousness becomes manifest as the observer or an awareful witness of what? The thoughts and the emotions produced by our brains. Who gets that? Only those who are deserving, that highly intelligent, and those who are yearning for becoming one with the Lord. Now that consciousness is present in our experience right now. You don't have to break your head to understand this. Now you are listening. After all, it's a conscious experience, isn't it? You are seeing me, you are listening. Is it not conscious? But even though you already know you are a conscious being, you might not know that your consciousness is nothing but it is the presence of that divine Parabrahman in you, that Paramatma in you. That is his presence over here. That fundamental reality, that fabric of existence. I am living, I am aware, I am conscious. Now all this is that fabric of existence. Now fortunately one can discover his true nature by the power of self-enquiry. How did all this come? Now we are inquiring. Every Vedanta class is nothing but an inquiry of the truth. What is the meaning of inquiry? Vicharana. What are we inquiring? Which is the best movie in town, or which is the best restaurant in town? No. Atma Vicharana. We are inquiring about our true self. So in this way now what happens is, this jiva, it understands now, how is this whole thing done? Now let's say, we again come to the pot and clay story example. That is the most common example you will see. Pot and clay, snake and rope, wave and ocean, gold and ornament, and sun and moon and its reflection. So this will be constantly coming. Okay, so now how do we understand this? There is, say, a pot which is made out of clay, and also you can give the example of a table which is made out of wood. Okay, in the same way now this entire universe is created by Brahman. So just like that clay and wood, this Paramatma, Brahman, is that Upadana Karana. Upadana Karana is a Sanskrit term. It simply means the material cause. You want to do anything, like you want to make a mud pot, you need mud. You want to make a table, you need a table. You want to make a gold ornament, you need gold. So what is that mud, wood and gold? It is the material cause. Okay, and that material cause is known as existence. Without that existence, where will be the product? Now without cloth, can you have a shirt or a sari? No, you need that cotton, that cloth, then only you have, so that material. So this way Brahman is that fabric of existence. Now along with this material, understand this carefully, you also need an intelligent cause. Now as that material is called as Upadana in Sanskrit, this intelligent cause, like for making a gold into a jewelry, you need a goldsmith who has got that intelligence. To make a pot out of clay, you need a potter. That is, he has that intelligence how to make it. Same way for a wood into table, you need a carpenter. So now here, there is a nimitta karana behind every product which comes into existence. Okay? Table coming in, pot coming in, ornament coming in, there is an intelligent cause also. Now in the case of universe, who is the intelligent cause? Nimitta karana. It is Brahman and Brahman alone. So in the case of this universe, see now when there is a pot and clay, potter and clay are two different things. Goldsmith and gold are two different things. Carpenter and wood are two different things. But here there is a very unique case where the material cause and the intelligent cause, Upadana and Nimitta, both are this Brahman and Brahman alone. So that's why he is called as Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karana. So which that undivided material and intelligent cause of this universe. Now in the Upanishads they give a very beautiful example is about a spider. Now the spider, what it does, it emits material out of its body, and with that material it creates a fine web. Have you seen so artistically it creates that web? Now that is generated from its own body, and that spinning is done at different levels, at different dimensions and design. So it is not only the material cause, but at the same time it is the intelligent cause also. So this way now what we are doing is we are doing that vicharana. So with this now we move forward. Ghatakudhyadikam sarvam mrittika matramevacha. Just there are pots and so many other earthen objects made out of clay. They don't have any independent existence other than the clay. Without gold, can you have any gold ornament? Without clay, can you have any earthen ornament or earthen object? No. So, Tadvad Brahma Jagat Sarvam. Similarly, the entire universe is nothing but this Parabrahman. Understand this carefully. In a jewelry shop, gold jewelry shop, you may see so many forms, so many varieties of ornaments which have got different names, different purposes, and they are worn in different places. They serve different situations. Now all that is nothing but gold. So in the same way, what you are seeing, this multiplicity in this entire universe, is nothing but Brahman. Iti Vedanta Dindimeha. This is the proclamation of Vedanta. That declaration of non-dual truth. So we have some more time. Let's understand this now. Okay, practical steps, how we are going to do this. Then after this, I will take the MAHA KUMBH explanation of what is the significance of this MAHA KUMBH, how we as sadhaks, sadhikas should understand the purpose of this particular great event which has come on this planet. Okay, after this we'll understand. Now, what the steps one should take is observe the essence beyond forms. You entered a gold jewelry showroom. As I told you, you are seeing there are so many sections also. You want chains, earrings, and bracelets, all these rings. They say this is one section, separate over here. Then you want necklaces, heavy stuff. There is another floor or another section. So this way, anything you observe in that jewelry shop, if you look at the essence, you will only see gold, isn't it? But if you look at the object, you will see so many objects, so many designs, so many patterns. So if you look at the essence of this creation, but that's what this shloka is telling us, observe the essence, go beyond the forms. Now you understood, there is a material cause, upadana karana, and there is an intelligent cause which, with that material, somebody with that intelligence made that particular product. So abhinna nimitta upadana karana is that Brahman. He himself has become the material and he himself is the intelligent cause of this entire creation. So just observe the essence. In the earlier shloka, what did we think? What did we study? Observing the thoughts and knowing that you are the witness, awareness, Chetana Shakti in yourself. Now here, that was within yourself. Now you are looking outside. Whatever you see outside, look at the essence. Now how do I start? Start at looking at the objects around you. Look at the pots, look at the chairs, look at the ornaments. Pots meaning you can take whatever steel which is very commonly available here. So there are so many things now. Steel has been replaced by this clay. Okay, reflect on their essential nature. You may see any number of steel items, articles, but know that their essence is steel. In the same way, know that whatever which is existing is nothing but the material cause of that Paramatma himself. This is one stage. Next, realize that their names, forms are all temporary and secondary. The essence of that particular name and form is primary and eternal. Is it difficult to understand? No. Now you have a gold ornament. Say you have earrings. It has a name, a form. You understood it is the essence behind this earrings are nothing but gold. So know that for a fact, this is temporary. But what is permanent in this? That gold is permanent in this. This can change at any point of time, but the gold will not change. So now this is the second understanding which we get to have over here. Now apply this understanding to this universe. Same way, all the forms, that means the people, the object, the situations, the places are temporary manifestations of that one eternal essence, which is that Parabrahman, Paramatma. See, it's all training your mind. Know the fact, understand the fact, and imbibe the fact. KUB. Know, understand, imbibe. KUI, sorry. So, without knowing, you cannot understand. And without understanding, you cannot imbibe. But if you only stop at knowing and understanding, then what happens is you will be lost midway. So now this self-inquiry, Atma Vichara, I said Vichara, contemplate, that comes into the forefront now. Earlier we discussed about that Viveka Shakti, with that discernment. What is good, what is bad? Now after that now comes the Vichara. Who am I beyond my body, mind and roles? Just as the pot is that clay in essence, you too are not your form or body, but look at the essence which is permanent in you. If you are looking for a job, want to look at a permanent job? But if the employer says, see, I give you the job, but tomorrow when you come for the job, I may say you're not required. Will you go for that kind of a job? On the other hand, you're getting a job which they say you are employed for life, like a government job. You will not only be permanent there, but you will also keep getting promotions at every stage of time. In every organization, there is a particular period. After that period, your designation, you go to the next designation, irrespective of your performance. So, in the same way, now what are you looking at this body and mind? Anytime it can collapse. But look at the essence. The essence is that Parabrahman. See, in such a fickle and impermanent factor, just next to it there is a permanent factor. See the greatness of the Creator. And see that mercy, that kind of an affection He has got towards us. He is showing you right there you have got which is permanent. So look at that essence of permanent factor in you. Now this inquiry leads to that dissolution of the illusion of that separateness and that realization of that oneness with this entire universe. Now this is again a very tricky subject, which again, as I told you, when we are learning the steps, I'll guide you on how to look at everybody with equanimity. How is our mind now before this knowledge? The moment you see a person, you will get that entire status report of that person. X, Y, Z, all sorts of negative things come first. But what is this knowledge telling us over here? Look at the essence. Then all these extra things don't matter to you at all. So shift perception from that form, that nama rupa, to the substance, the essence. Meaning when you see a gold necklace, don't get lost. My God, what a design. I have never seen such a fabulous design. So very well articulated, created. No, look at gold. I'm only going to look at the gold. I'm not going to get lost in the design. So in day-to-day life, when you're interacting with people or things, remind yourself this form, this necklace is manifestation of that same underlying reality, which is gold. There is one ornament which is looking very shabby. There is another ornament which is shining and which is having the latest design. Now, if I look at the gold in both these ornaments, I will not get into the muddle of saying this person is hopeless, this person is good, this person is bad. No. So what? Necklace here means that person. Gold here means that Brahman or existence, consciousness. So this practice dissolves that differences and cultivates an elusive, loving perspective. See, how do we get disturbed? The mind throws at us all sorts of nonsense. And for what? We are looking at somebody and getting disturbed for what? No business of ours to get disturbed. This is how the mind plays tricks. Because the moment you are disturbed, the moment you are in fear, you are in anxiety, you are in restlessness, the mind says, yes, you are under my grip. Its job is to do that. Don't allow the mind. Allow the mind to behave the way you want. I am going to not look at the name or the form. I am going to look at the essence. Then there is no question of me thinking in the wrong manner about whatever has to be thought. So now next, contemplation on that universal reality. We have spoken of that essence. Now here you sit quietly, visualize the universe and its various forms, and gradually dissolve all the forms in your mind into that one single formless permanent essence called that Paramatma, Parabrahman. This is again a mental exercise. So where you see several gold ornaments, forget the gold, the ornament part. You may say, why this goldsmith has made this ornament so heavy? It's unnecessarily very expensive. Then again you comment on another ornament, you say, why has he made it so thin? Anytime it can break. No, I'm only going to look at that gold. So you are not getting into contradiction. So imagine the forms culminating into the essence and stay in that scenario. So this meditative insights can be here, that nama rupa, coming out of that name and form, and recognizing the substratum of existence being that one essence of Paramatma. Then dissolving that duality. Now duality is different. Everybody is different. I am different. You are different. That person is different. You see people, when there are 4 people, one person leaves, then the 3 people start talking of the person who left. Then in that one more person leaves. Then now there are 2 people. These 2 people will talk about the 3rd and the 4th who have left. Now if that second person also leaves, now he has got nobody to talk to. He will talk to his mind and say what they say and all nonsense. So constantly your mind only looks at the name and form. No, start looking at that essence and say, I am associated with this supernatural power which is right there within me and outside me. So you have to reflect on that example of that pot holding space. Now that pot may, there is a pot, in that there is air. Now here what happens is, if you break that pot, what happens? That air in that pot becomes one with that entire universe. See, in that, because you have confined yourself to a particular individuality, you are not able to merge into that infinity. So break that individuality, and for that you have to start thinking in a different way. Unless and until you change your thought process, you will not be able to do anything good in life. So imagine a movie projected on a screen. The characters, the emotions, the actions, they may all be of different nature. Some may be vivid, some may be captivating, some may be motivating, but the underlying reality is the screen. Without the screen, there is no movie. But we never look at the screen. As I told you, we always look at the ornament. We never look at the gold. Maybe we may look at the gold price because we have to pay for it. So in the same way now, start looking at the essence. So similarly, the world is like that movie and Brahman is like the screen, who is unchanging, ever present and real. It will not change colors. It will be the same white screen. It will not change its shape. It will not change its size. It will not change its color. It will be there. Movie or no movie, it will be there. So start looking at that essence. So now we learned how to look inward and how to look outward. 18, 19. Now we have 2 more verses we'll take up in the next class. Okay. Now, I just want to emphasize the importance of this MAHA KUMBH festival. One of the, you can call it as an event which is occurring after 144 years. So that is the reason it is called as the Purna MAHA KUMBH. Otherwise, MAHA KUMBH means 12 years. Ardha KUMBH means 6 years. Purna MAHA KUMBH comes once in 144 years. This is one. Secondly, now it is taking place only in one location, which is the Prayagraj. Otherwise, it has got 4 different places to at every point of time. In the Ardha Kumbh in different places, Purna Kumbh in different places, but Purna Maha Kumbh is only in one place, Prayagraj. Now, what is that importance in Prayagraj? So that is the location of the Triveni Sangam, the sacred confluence of these 3 rivers, Ganga, Yamuna and Saraswati. Now let's go deeper. Now these rivers, they symbolize the essential qualities required for spiritual seekers. Ganga, descending from Lord Shiva, his hair locks, that represents Vairagya, dispassion. Yamuna, which is associated with Lord Krishna, which embodies vicharana, self-enquiry, pondering over life's fundamental questions. Vicharana, Yamuna. Now comes Saraswati, which is linked to Lord Brahma. She is this consort of Lord Brahma, which symbolizes that knowledge or Viveka Shakti between what is right for me in life and what is wrong for me in life. So now here, the deeper meaning suggests that our physical body is like that Prayagraj, that location. Within us, there is a convergence of Viveka, Vairagya and Vicharana Shakti. See, now all these words we saw in these verses, Vicharana and Viveka. In the earlier verses, we have seen Vairagya also. So, our Vicharana, our internal Triveni Sangam is happening actually when this inner confluence occurs within us, where the Vicharana, Vairagya and Viveka Shakti, they all are in full bloom. That is that Maha Kumbh which takes place within us, within our consciousness, which is of that utmost priority in life. So don't be disheartened. If you can go there, well and good. But if you can't go there, then don't be disheartened. Arey, what is this? I am missing on that Mahakumbh. These timings, what they call of 6 years, 12 years, and 144 years, these are all astronomical timings based on the particular planet movement. Why? Now we don't have clocks in, say, 5,000 years. Earlier we didn't have a watch or clock. How was it calculated? Everything was calculated with the movement of the stars and planetary systems. So like, for example, Haridwar. When Jupiter is in Aquarius and the Sun is in Aries, so then it is done in Haridwar. When it is done in Prayagraj, when Jupiter is in Aries or Taurus and the Sun and the Moon are in Capricorn, now it is done in Prayagraj. So meaning at that particular time, as we say, when the hour hand is at 2 and the minute hand is at 12, that person is having his lunch, which means he has lunch at 2 o'clock, 2 p.m. So same way, when Jupiter is in Leo and the Sun is in Aries, it is done in Ujjain. And in Nasik, when Jupiter is in Leo and the Sun and the Moon are in Cancer. So this way, these are only timings to know that an event has to happen at a particular place. Now, what is that which is the significance of this kind of a period where people have to go and have to take a dip in that holy river? The dip in the river is not the criteria. Every jiva coming in contact with the Mahapurushas, that is the criteria. Meaning this knowledge is only restricted to the Himalayas. Now all these sages, the Mahapurushas, they were all residing in Himalayas. And what the Shastra did was, for the benefit of a common person, so every year also you have Kumbha. In the month of Magha Masa, you have Kumbha. So not only it is in once in 6 years and once in 12 years, even every year also you have in Prayagraj. Now, during that time, these sages used to come. These Mahapurushas used to come. And when a person goes there and he gets in touch with them, one is their energy transformation is there. And most importantly, knowledge transformation. Three things which a human can aspire for is Manushyatvam. First thing is you have to become a human, any jiva for that matter. Second, Mumukshutvam. You need to have that yearning that I need to grow in life towards Paramatma. And Mahapurushasya Samashrayaha. Mahapurusha means you need to get a guru, a sage, a yogi who knows what the Shastras are and who guides you. So that is exactly what is happening over here. You have to go there, and for that stretch of, say, that 15 days, 1 month, 45 days, be at the feet of this Mahapurusha and learn how to uplift your life. That is the purpose. Not just going and taking a dip. Dip, yes, is required. Now, how do you, in what sense do you take a dip? In the first dip, when you take, you say, okay, at the level of the body, let all the diseases, sins, impurities of my body be cleansed. Because the power of the water, the so-called water. Second dip, what you do, you say at the level of my mind, I have got so many agitations, worries, anxieties, let all of them subside in me. And the third dip, when you take, you say, now I want to move towards attaining knowledge and gaining self-realization or moksha. Now that is a very primary aspect. A very secondary aspect. The most primary aspect is one has to get connected with a Mahapurusha over there. So This is the purpose behind. So now, as far as now, we are already practicing these three things: vairagya, viveka, and vicharana. So we are in the state of Mahakumbh all the time. Don't be restless that I am not able to go for whatever reason. Don't be restless. Be happy that God has given us this. As I told you, it is a place where the saints come over and you get a chance to meet them. Now the same logic applies, there is one pratha where when your parents die, after the funeral rites, that ash and those bones are taken and immersed in, they say, immerse it in Ganga, Kashi. Right? Now, why it is only Kashi? Ganga is 2200 kilometers of length. So many places. You have Rishikesh, Haridwar, Kanpur, Allahabad, Mirzapur. Then you have Ghaziapur, Patna, Bhagalpur. So many places are there. You can go to any place, right? But why they say take and immerse it in Ganga only? Because Kashi was the only place where there were yogis and spiritual teachers. So this person who, after having seen the death of his parent, he has gained that level of vairagya. And he has traveled for several weeks and several months to reach Kashi. Think he is coming from South India, let's say. So that he may take several days, several weeks to reach there. And in that state of vairagya, he goes there. He knows what is life. Finally, you become this ash. So if this is the state of life, there he gets in touch with a guru. Not like these days where they are after your money. So there they tell you, give you that, when they explain that whole process of how this jiva has come and how it goes and where it goes, then that person is established in knowledge. So to bring the offspring in the family in contact with spiritual studies, that was the reason they said go to Kashi and immerse it in Ganga. Now, like when they say you go to a temple, you should sit down in the temple. What we do, we just touch our buttocks to the stone and we get up. Not even a second. No, we are told to sit and get up. Sitting means you have to sit there in meditation. You have to grasp the energies, the vibrations of that temple. And then go to the higher levels of consciousness. But what is our understanding? Wrong understanding. So these are all extremely important to know in life so that you can lead a life of value. As they say, prayojanam anudishyana mandopi pravartate. Meaning, without a purpose or an objective, even a fool will not act. We all, unless and until there is objective, we will not act. But in such massive things, we don't know the purpose and objective. Just go like a crowd. Go there, and as you touch your butt to the stone there or the seating place, you get up and come back. No. Just take a dip and come out. No. You have to get in touch with the Mahapurusha there. Take his blessings. Take his guidance. So as every year they are coming, let's say, okay, you tell me what sadhana I have to do. I'll come next year. Prepared. Whatever you tell me, I'll do it. And then after 6 years, what I should do. After 12 years, what I should do. So now God's grace, Swami Chinmayananda literally begged his teacher, Tupavan Maharaj, I want to take it to the plains. All along it has been in the Himalayas. Allow me to take it to the plains. And he brought it to the plains. That's how we're getting this knowledge today. We don't have to go anywhere. We don't have to be seated in an ashram with the teacher, guru. No. We are in the comfort of our own houses, doing our duties and chores. See the mercy of the Almighty. And in this kind of a situation, Purna Mahakumbh, let's say there is some divine energy at this point. Let's do this. What is the ultimate purpose eventually? You have to bathe in these three qualities: vairagya, vicharana, and in the state of viveka. As far as you are doing, you are enjoying this Mahakumbh on a moment-to-moment basis. So rejoice in this and be contented. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnamevavashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Chinmaya Gurave Namaha. Together, we offer today's Gita Jnana Yajna at the lotus feet of the Almighty. Seek His mercy, grace, and blessings. Naham karta hari preranaya hari prityartam. Shri Krishna Arpanamastu. Idam namama. Om Tat Sat.
Battery 90%. Connected to iPhone.
Good evening to all of you once again. So, we have been truly blessed to get such phenomenal and rarest of the rare knowledge. So let's make the best use of it. Let's not make a slip between the tongue and the lip. Surrender, surrender, surrender. Thank you. Hari Om.